Hey everyone, we are officially welcome to this Revit basic class tutorial. We want to see how far we'll go. We've taken enough time during the introductory part of this program. I believe that everyone might have installed all the necessary applications. Then please remember to also install the metric library, the two metric library that I forwarded on our Telegram group before using your Revit 2019. So believing that we have all done this, we now want to start up with the main introductory part of the program, and we'll have to follow the schedule. I believe all of us have our schedule, the schedule that I sent on our Telegram group. Alright, looking at the schedule, sorry please. Looking at the schedule, we have section 1, 2, 3, 4 of the basic class. So starting from the section 1, we are going to look at the Revit interface to study about our Revit, the application, the space we use in drafting, all the necessary tools that we might need to know before we start off our modeling. Then the use of keyboard, the mouse, and the drafting tools, like I said. Yes, remember I said that this is a total basic class. From scratch to finish, we are going to learn how to be able to model using our Revit, Autodesk Revit software. Also, in this section, we are going to see how we can actually save our work, so that next time we can still go back and continue from where we stopped. Section 2 will help us to introduce us proper to how to model a building. So in this basic class, we will be focusing on bungalow designs only. In this basic class, we'll be focusing on bungalow designs only, so that we'll be grounded and also grounded in the use of Revit. So that is why we call it a basic class. So we'll introduce in section 2 building modeling, that is single floor building, use of drafting tools, the modify tab, the offset, mirror, move, copy, rotate, trim, extend, and split tools. So we'll learn how to use all these tools when modeling in Revit. There are many types of wall that we might wish to design, just like rectangular walls, or have cycle, arc walls. All of this we're going to learn them. Then section 3 will then introduce us to the generation of building walls, the foundation wall, generation of DPC wall and setting its properties, generation of oversight concrete, the German floor, and setting its properties, generation of our main wall and setting its properties, then splitting and editing of wall beams, like our sit out, how do we split the walls, and also hang on the sit out beams or the veranda beams. So all of these things we are going to learn them. Then section 4 We'll learn how to insert our doors, learn how to insert our windows, learn how to insert our ceiling using different means of insertion of ceiling. So when we come to that section 4, we introduce it proper. So we can automatically insert ceiling, you can manually insert ceiling. So we'll learn all of them. What about our concrete fascia? The one some do call parapet. So we'll learn how to model any type of parapet you can ever imagine. I said any type of concrete fascia you can ever imagine. Any design you've seen out there, you can do it on your own. So also creating roof and insertion of roof cap. We are going to see how to do all of this. Alright, so we want to start off with our first section. Let us study our Revit, get the background knowledge of Revit, and also see how to save our working files. We want to go. Now we quickly minimize and go to search for your Revit application. Alright, this is our Revit 2019 application. We want to run it. So you can run your Revit software. You can run your Revit software in two ways. You can either double click on the Revit. Please hold on. Okay. You can either double click on your Revit, or you click on it and right click on your mouse and click on open, so that the software will now open or will now start running. Okay, I said these Revit applications, you can just double click on it, it will open, or you use the second option, click on it and right click. Make sure you are placing your cursor on top of the Revit icon. While right clicking, you see open, you then open it. Alright, so remember I told us we will learn from our schedule. Some of us might not know how to use our mouse or the function of our mouse and the keyboard. During this section 1 introductory part, we'll be able to learn it. But before we'll go over to the Revit application, I want to show us little thing on the use of our mouse. Now this is our mouse. This is the mouse. We have the two keys, the left and right keys. This is my left key and this is my right key. This is my left clicking and this is my right clicking option when I'm using the mouse. Then I also have the central button here, which we use in panning or moving an object or moving an interface. So once you hear right click, once we hear right click, it means I told us to click on our right button. Once you hear left click or normal clicking, click on this. I'm talking about this left clicking key. So you can just press it. Then coming to the rolling button, that is the central one we use in panning. You can either move forward or move backward. You can move forward or backward. And you can also long press it or also click on it. We'll come to see the function when we'll start using our Revit application. We'll come to see the function of this panning key or the panning button when we'll start using our Revit application. So you can click on it. You can also roll it front and back. We use it in zooming, extending, and reducing the view of our interface. We'll come to it proper when we'll start learning about the interface in Revit. So now we want to move. So double click on your Revit and wait for it to run. Good. This is the primary part of sorry please. This is the first interface that Revit will show us while running the program. So you can either choose if you want to start a new work, a new project, or you want to open an existing project. So but actually we want to start a new project, so you click on new. Now coming to this interface to tell you to pick a template, which you want to design. You cannot be able to select whether you want to use architectural templates or structural templates for your work if you haven't installed the library. I purposely left the installation of this so that we'll see the function. So we'll go back and run the straight installation of it. It doesn't crack, just run the application. I sent it on our Telegram. We'll have the 2 files I sent on our Telegram. We can have them installed immediately. So once we are done running those applications, the metric library and the template, we'll be able to see some of them here. This option will now open for us to pick what exactly we actually want to do. I can go to my file wherever it is, but this particular application we just run it, this file we run it once. After installation we have to run it, then we're not going back to it anytime we want to do a new job again. All right, let me open them. All right, okay, look at the metric templates, then look at the metric library. So both of them I will extract them here. Now extract this here, and I'll also extract the second one after this one might have completed the extraction process. Can wait patiently for it to complete. Good. Look at it here. So you can click on it, right click, after extraction it will open in this manner. You click on it, right click, and run as administrator. Alright, we are done with installing the family template. Then we can also extract the metric library now. Extract here. So after the extraction, we also run it as an administrator. Good. Look at it here. So once we click on it after extraction, right click and pick the option of running as administrator. Click on extract and wait for it to complete installation process. Good, we are done. So we have to close our Revit and run it back again. We need to close our Revit application and run it back again. All right. So remember I told you, after your installation, that is when you extract those files and run the two files I just installed now. You are done. You are no more running it back again anytime you want to open or start a new project. Are you seeing now that under this project you now have open, you have new, you have construction template, you have architectural template, you have structural template, you have mechanical template. That is the application that you just run now. So we now want to start our proper architectural design. So you go to new project. Under this new project, you see option. You are no longer seeing none. You see all of the templates here because you have installed the family template. So select architectural template because we are doing architectural design. So click on architectural template and select OK. All right, now coming to our Revit. This is our Revit interface. Everything we are designing it here. I want us to always pay close attention to whatever I'm doing here. This is an introductory part of the whole thing we're about to do. Remember, our schedule covers Revit interface study, use of keyboard, mouse, and drafting tools, then saving of working files. So these drafting tools that we are seeing here, we are going to learn about all of them in this interface. So coming to the Revit application, on our left hand side, this is the properties icon or the properties bar. Then this property bar or property browser is where we'll set some of the properties of our materials. We'll still come to that. We are just learning the interface so that we'll be conversant with them. We are not setting any materials for now. We just want to learn all the interface of our Revit. Then coming to this part, you see the project browser. You can also move this browser to wherever you wish to drop it. You can still click and hold it and drag it to where you wanted it to be. So once we drag it to wherever we want it to be, we can actually access all the tools on it. At times we might lose this project browser, this property browser. Assuming I lost my own, I close it like this. How do I bring another one out, or how do I bring it back? You just click on these properties. It will do what now? It will come out. So we can actually click on the top edge and drag it back to its position. Click on this and drag it back to its position. All right. So we can actually arrange our interface the way we want it to be. So all of these tools, we can use our mouse to scroll down to see all the other editing features on it. So assuming we also want to bring out our project browser. Assuming we want to bring out our project browser, we can also do that by going to our view tab. All of these particular headings we are seeing here is being known as tabs. This is architectural tab, structure tab, steel tab, systems tab, insert tab, annotate tab, analyze, massing and site tab, collaborate, view, manage and modify Lumion and all that tab. So we can go to our view tab. Once you go to your view tab, you go to our user interface icon, click on it, you will see project browser. You also see the properties. Both of them you can still bring it out here. So click on project browser. It will do what now? It will actually come out. Also, system browser, properties. You can also remove it from this place, or you come to modify tab and click on properties, To do what now? It will show. You can drag it out and drop it wherever you wish to drop it. You can simply drop, decide to drop the properties, the project browser here, while I drop the property here, whichever way. Alright, so now this is my Revit interface. I can set it to be this way. I can say arrange it the way I want. Now I told us all of these particular headings we are seeing here. We see the file tab, you see the architecture tab. Each of these tabs has other icons. So like architectural tab, that is where you see the wall, we see the doors, we see the window, we see the component. If you want to actually place a component or want to model a component, you see column, you see roof, you see ceiling, you see floor, and every other thing we can imagine. We see our model text. You want to write something on the wall, or design or model a signpost, your stair, ramp, railing. Under architecture, that is where you will see them. Then under modify, that is where you see the property icon. You see the move. You want to move a wall, want to move a door, want to move a window, copy, offset, align, mirror. Also, you can mirror by picking a point. You can mirror by drawing axes. This is rotate icon, or the rotate tool. This is the trimming tool. This is array. Splitting. We'll have two major types of splitting. We'll come to the use of all of this. We are just studying our interface. So this is the split element. This is splitting with a gap. This is our scale. We want to scale something you might have imported. So this is where you do that. So as we start modeling, we'll come to see some of the things we need to learn. Remember, our schedule says what? Revit interface study, and that is what we are doing. Now we want to come to the keyboard and the use of mouse, then before the drafting tools. We want to come to the use of keyboard, the mouse, and the drafting tools. Now we'll go back to our Revit. Before we'll start looking at our keyboard, these four cardinal points that we are seeing on our Revit interface, what is it all about? These are all the views that we are having. The south is this one. This is the south view. We'll have the north view, the back, then we'll have the east and west. So whatever we are designing or whatever we are drawing, we'll make sure that it is being situated at the center of these four cardinal points. We can also extend it, assuming whatever we are designing can't fit in here. We can drag it, can highlight this, click and hold, that means dragging, and drop it here. I can highlight this, I will click and continue to hold on it while moving my hand. Drop it down. I will highlight this, click and hold while moving the object. That is it. So these are four cards. If you want to see the front view, if you delete this particular icon here, this particular object here, it means we no longer have the south view. You can no longer view the orthographic projection of whatever we are modeling. So if we want to see how we have erected a particular model, this particular object we are seeing here is our camera. They are just there to give us the views. So whatever we are designing, we make sure it is at the center so that we can view the side, view the back, and also view the front. So we now want to start with our keyboard. On our keyboard, we can look at our personal laptop. At the top extreme end of it, we will see the key being noted as ESC. That is the escape button. It has a function while modeling. Assuming I pick something, I highlighted on this, I just want to cancel the highlight. I'll click on escape, it will cancel it. Assuming I pick copy, I just want to cancel it, I'll click escape button. I have already clicked, it has cancelled it. Assuming I click on move, I no longer want to move the object again, or I want to quit whatever choice I made. I'll do what now? I'll click escape. That is the function of that button. Then you can also copy by using our function keys. Ctrl C simply means copy. Ctrl C simply means copy. Everywhere, Ctrl C. In our normal MS Word, Office programs, it is still the function key. Assuming I highlighted something, I want to copy it, you can use the function key. Hold the control button and press C. We'll come to use it when we start modeling. You can decide to want to highlight a wall and copy the wall and drop it somewhere else. You can use the function key, Ctrl C. Remember, we are still on our interface study. We are studying the keyboard. We have not started modeling proper. Alright, then Ctrl V still means paste. Click on Ctrl key, hold it, and click on V button. You have copied. After highlighting something that you want to copy, you copied it and you want to paste it. You come to where you want to paste it, click on Control button, hold it, and click on V. Make sure you are holding on Control button and click on V. It will just paste the object there. So you have your delete, still means the same function. Then you want to copy many things at a time. You hold your Control button and keep selecting some of those things you want to copy at a time. It is still functional here. It is still applicable in Revit. We will come to see how to use them when we start modeling. I said something about mouse before. So I've already said how we can use our mouse. Yes, this is the panning. I will talk on this now because I've already explained the left and the right clicking. The left click is just clicking. The right click is to pick an option. You want to see options of whatever you want to do. Yes. Assuming I click on a wall, I'll use my left clicking to click on the wall. I want to see if I want to move the wall, I want to delete the wall, or whatsoever I wish to do with the wall. I'll do what? I'll use my right click option. It will bring out a dialog that will list the icons I want to select, or the tools I want to select, or what I want to do with the wall. So now I will place emphasis on the central button, the panning. Looking at this interface now, assuming I want to pan or shift this interface to see other views, I can either make sure that you have your cursor positioned where you want to zoom in or out. Assume I want to see this back view. I want to see this particular object very well. I will make sure I place my cursor on it while rotating that particular button, the central button, while rotating it. You see, I place my cursor on it while rotating so that I can see the clearer view of that object. I want to reduce the view. I will have to also roll back my rolling button. Roll back the rolling button. I want to see this one also. I'll drop the cursor on it and roll it front. I'll roll it front. If I'm rolling back, this means I'm reducing the view. I want to see the clear view of this one. I will roll front. I'll place my cursor. I'll make sure this particular pointing is on it. Then I will roll it. I'll roll it in by rolling it front. Roll back. I'm rolling it back. Good. So then this interface, I want to actually move it to see other objects that I drew or other modeling that I did in this interface. I'll do what now? This rolling key that I used to press, I will do what now? I will click on it and hold it to bring out this particular moving icon symbol. I've released my hand. I've clicked on it. I've released my hand. I've clicked on it. So click and hold it and pan. That is, you move the mouse on your table. You move it. You are panning and moving. Click and hold, move. Click and hold, move. Click and hold, move back. Click and hold, move back. Click and hold, move back. So that I will see other objects that I drew on this same interface. Good. So that is the use of the mouse, keyboard, and some of our tools here. Now, the next thing we now want to learn proper is the use of our tools, the use of our drafting tools. So this is the other important aspect of this interface study. The tools. What are these tools? So coming to this interface, where you have to see the tools is on our modify tab. This is the architecture tab, and every other tab you go to modify, click on modify. It will bring out all the tools we need to work with. You see the offsets, you see the move, you see the copy, rotate, and all that. So assuming I drew a wall, let me use for instance, I drew a wall. We have not started modeling, we are studying the tools. Assuming I picked a wall, I click on this wall, I'll zoom out so that I'll be seeing the thickness of the wall proper. I drew a wall. I'll on my shading so that I'll be seeing the shades of the wall. Okay, click escape and out. Then assuming I drew a wall, I'll go to my modify. I want to move this wall. I'll click on move, select the object, or better, you click on the object firstly, click on move, and pick the object that you want to move and drop it wherever you wish to drop it. So whatever you are doing, first of all, select for easy access to the tool. Select your object, click on whatever you wish to do with it, select it back, pick it wherever you want to pick it on the body of the object, and drop it. I want to copy, I've already selected the object. Click on copy, pick it, drop it wherever I want to drop it. But what if I want to drop this particular wall in a multiple place? I'll highlight it, I'll click on copy and select multiple. I'll select multiple. It means I don't want to drop once. I want to be dropping it severally at my own choice of locations. So I'll click on it, drop, say carrying it, I'm still dropping, I'm still dropping, I'm still dropping, I'm still dropping. What about rotate? Highlight it, click on rotate. It will bring out this reference line. You make sure you position the reference line. I want to rotate this particular wall to my right hand side, so this way. I will first of all pick it in its vertical direction, then I'll bring it down to the angle I wish to rotate it to. I'll drop it. I want to still rotate this wall. I'll click on rotate. I'll pick my reference line that I'm starting from this. I'm starting from this particular location it is. I'm rotating it this way to whatever angle I wish to rotate it to. Then this is offset. I might decide to offset just like our AutoCAD. Some of us, I know we have a little knowledge of AutoCAD. Yes, at times we do offset lines in AutoCAD. That is the same way is applied here. So you can click on your offset and select your offset distance. This is the offset distance here. Maybe I want to offset this wall. I want to offset this wall to a distance of maybe 1200. I'll press 1200, but I want to show us something when it comes to Revit offset. 1200. I've already pressed 1000. Make sure I'm placing my cursor at the front of any digit I want to impute. So 1200. I'll come here. Once you come to this wall, you can either offset to this direction or offset downwards. But what determines the position you want to offset? If you shift your cursor towards the direction you wish to offset, that is where it will offset to. If I bring it down, it will offset down. If I bring it up, it will offset up. So I'll drop it. I'll click now. It has offsetted. But let us just dimension this and see what happens. I'll pick my align dimension. Let me select wall faces so that I'll get accurate dimension of this. You see, this is giving us 1000 millimeter instead of 1002. The thickness of wall is 1002. What does that mean? It means that whenever you are offsetting in your Revit, whenever you are offsetting, assuming I want to offset 1002, I will add the thickness of the wall I'm using for my modeling. I will just add it to the figure or the space I want to offset. Assuming I want to offset 1002, I'll do what? Add the thickness of the wall. So it should be 1400 now. I'll come here and offset. I'm offsetting down 1004. Let me dimension it now. Align dimension, click on this face and click on this face. You see, I'm having accurately 1200 distance offset. So what point do we get here? Whatever we wish to offset, make sure we are adding the thickness of the wall we are using for the modeling while offsetting. All right, good. Then the next thing we wish to, the vital tools we need to learn here before we start modeling. We mustn't learn everything completely. There are ones that we might not actually need. So we'll learn the most important and other important tools that we need to model. That is what we are learning. Alright, so this is your trim or extend a corner. This is just like a fillet when it comes to AutoCAD. So assuming I want to fillet this wall and this wall, let me join both of them together. I will just click on fillet, click on the first wall and click on the second wall, it will just fillet. Click on this and click on this part, it will just fillet. Click on this part and click on this part, it will just fillet. Click on this part and click on this part, it will just fillet. Okay, now what about this mirror pick axis? Mirror by picking axis. Now I want to show us something. I want to mirror this particular wall downwards. Or I want to mirror this particular wall this way. What do? I will highlight this, click on mirror, click on mirror. Assuming, please, I want to mirror this particular wall at a distance of my axis that I want to pick. This particular wall, I'm picking this axis as my mirroring axis or my mirroring point. It means that this wall will come this side at this particular distance. Okay, I will delete all of this. I highlighted this wall. I picked mirror by picking axis. I'll click on this particular point, which is my point of mirroring. This is the object I use as a reference point to mirror. I'll click on it. This particular one that I highlighted will now move at this same distance towards this side. But what if I don't have any objects that I will click on? That is where you use mirror by drawing axis yourself. Okay, let me use, for instance, this is what I want to mirror. I want to mirror it this side. I want to mirror it this side. So I'll click on mirror by drawing axis. It will tell me to do what now? To draw the axis that I want to mirror. I'll click on here and bring it down and draw the axis. It shows that it wants to mirror at my left hand side. Then this is split elements. I can decide to break this wall into two. I'll just click on splits, come to the center of the wall, Once you come to the center of the wall, you'll be seeing a reference line. The center in between the thickness of the wall, that is the center I mean. In between the thickness of the wall, not the height. So I'll come to the center of the wall and click to the position I want to break the wall. You have seen that this wall is now separate. What about this split with gap? If I use this one, it means that I want this wall to have a central space at the point I splitted it. I'll click on any point. If you come here, after escaping, you see that you see a gap in between. So I can either move them. You can move them by disjoining. If you click on disjoining, you can move this particular wall that you broke separately. So, but if you don't disjoin, all of them will be moved together as one entity. All right. We are getting down to some of the tools we use in drafting. Then coming to every other one, like this scale, I'll highlight on this scale when I import an object. For now, this is where we'll stop on our drafting tool study. So assuming I have done a work now, how do I save my working file, or how do I save these files? Click on your Revit. These are the work I did. I want to go back to this place next time. How do I save it? You can press Ctrl S. That's your control button. Press Ctrl S, or you click on this save icon, whichever way. Ctrl S. It will bring out this dialog box asking you, where do you want to save your work? I will say I want to save it on my desktop. You come to your desktop, click on this empty space, right click and open a new folder for it. Revit training. Good. You click outside the box and double click on the Revit folder that you just created. Double click on it. Then you can rename that Revit project you are doing. Whatever is your client's name. If your client's name is Revit training, you write it as Revit training as your client's name, and click on save. You are done saving it. So you can access them on your interface. Look at mine, look at it here, Revit training. Double click on it, you see the Revit file. So you can go back to it anytime you wish to. So for now, this is our first section of our class, and we wish that we practice some of these things and get used to it, because section 2 will introduce us to our building modeling. In this section 2, we are going to look at the floor plan that we are going to use for this modeling training. As I sent a floor plan, so we are going to use the floor plan for all of our work. So for now, practice this. When we go over to section 2, we will be introduced proper to that heading from our schedule. So thank you all. Practice and give back a satisfactory report on what you have done so far. Thank you so much.